Welcome to online classes, students. Today our topic is words that sound similar. Right? English language is a complex language, we all know that, in which the words are not pronounced the way they spelt. Right? But these kind of words or such kind of words called homophones. So we are going to learn the homophones today. Let's start it. Okay. We are going to start it from the homophones definition. What the homophones definition? A homophone is a word that pronounce exactly or nearly the same as I can say bear or a bear. Bear is means not covered and bear it's an animal, right? But they pronounce as same. Okay, so it's a homophone. A homophone is a word that pronounce exactly or nearly the same as another word but different in a meaning and spelled differently. Homophones are most confusing words in the English language. Why they are confusing? I have given the example. The two words have different meanings but have the same pronunciation or same sound or a similar sound we can say. They call homophones. And we can say a confusing words of set. Right? So let's start the topic. We are going to start with the allowed, allowed. Allowed, which means to grant permission to something, right? Smoking is not allowed here, right? In our schools, phones are not allowed here. And in the another way or in our next step, allowed, okay, which means to loudly, to speak loudly or something very loud, that he read the letter loudly. So example, the pain made him cried aloud, right? So these are the example of allowed or allowed. These are we can say the difference between the spellings, but when we speak, when we pronounce it, it's a similar. So here's example of allowed and allowed. It's all about how you pronounce it. Okay, so in the next we are going to read about 8 and 8. We all know 8 is the second form of eat. So to eat, we can say ate. Here's the example. I ate 3 hot dogs. And another way, another side, 8. It's a digit, right? It's a mathematics digit like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can use a digit, right? I work 8 hours a day. So next, alter, alter, right? It's pronounced similar, quite similar, sound similar, right? So, what the meaning of altar? It's a religious place where the religious rituals are performed. So, here's the example of a religious place. The groom left the bride standing at the altar, right? Now, come to the another example of altar, right? Which means to make changes. In this picture, I think so. I can't alter the plan. So he is a builder or a projector head who don't want to change his plans, right? Ball and ball, it's also pronounced similar, but they are different their spellings, but they quite similar. So what the meaning of ball? It's a, we are all playing with the ball, so there is example of also ball. Tom caught the ball with one hand, right? Then there is a ball, which means weep or cry noisily like a kid, right? I couldn't help it. I just started bawling, right? So, aunt and aunt. Okay, ant is a small, we can say, a creature of the nature. Ants work hard all the summer. We all know that ant never stop. He always working and working. So aunt, my aunt lives in Canada. That is relative. Okay, band. What the meaning of band? where the music instruments were used, right? This is the band. So they formed a band when they were still at school. Now next was just opposite it, band, that prevents something for doing something, prevents someone for doing something. So when we say the on the public places cigarettes are not are banned, right? When we go the forests, right, the hunting is prohibited, which is banned, right? Prohibited something is banned, prevent someone for doing something is called ban. So here's the example, leader of the banned party were arrested last night. So we are going to next, bear and bear, right? Bear means not covered. We can see there is an example of tree, right? So there is no leaves on the tree, so that's why it's written here. The trees are already bare, right? The another side, bear, which one is animal. It's a big animal, right? I am afraid of bears. I am also too. I'm too afraid of bears, right? Board and board. Board and board. They are different in their spelling. You can see BORED is board and BORD board, but they are pronouns are similar. So the meaning of bored, that lack of interest in something, like she get bored with the with one comic or one thing, one picture. In this picture, there is a example. After a while, I got bored and left. And the another side, board, where we write something, where I wrote something in school, right? So I will write it up on the board. So next, bee and bee. Bee, it's a word, and bee, it's a creature of nature, right? So bee in Hindi we can say madhumakhi. Bee, be quiet, be happy, be healthy, and what can we say, or more words with be, right? Be always used with the sentences, also used in sentences, right? Which we can say, be quiet, be happy, don't be so dramatic, right? We use this be in many sentences. Be, which one is a creature, which we can say, an example, a bee is buzzing around, which give us honey. Okay, the next, beach and beach, right? Beach is sandy shores where we find silence and joy, right? It's shown in the movies now, that we going to a beach silently, and we are enjoying that movement of shores, that water coming around that, right? that that feeling. And beach, a glossy leaves of a large tree. Here's example of beach and beach. It's a nice day for going to the beach. We all love to going to beach, right? Beach. The great beach is towed by towards the sky. Next, bean and bean. So bean, it's a vegetable. Tom doesn't like green beans. And bean, it's a past form of bee, which we did it earlier. So here it is, bean and bean. So example of bean, Tom doesn't like green beans, and the another side, bean, I have never been to Japan, which means he never go there. Okay. Next picture, blue and blue, which means blue, it's a color, and blue, it's a past tense of blow, like we when we blow the candles, right? It's a second form of that move, creating some air from your mouth. So here's the example of blue, that she blew onto her coffee to cool it down. So next, break and break. Okay, it's break and break. Break like a pause in work during an activity, that we are very tired and we are taking a break, right? A pause in a work that we can little good. So another side, break. So what the meaning of break? A device for slowing or stopping a vehicle, right? He stopped with a squeal of brakes. So next, seller and seller, often used for storing, seller, right? And seller, a person who sells something. For example, seller first, we don't use our cool seller anymore. Okay, the next, seller, she is a flower seller, she sells flowers, that's why it's her name, she is flower seller. Buy and buy, I want to buy a new coat, which means to obtain something or purchasing something, right? It's called buying or buy. So next, that the another word is buy, to indicating and mean achieving something or actions, we can say the telephone is by with the window, right? So here is the buy and buy. Cereal and cereal. So cereal is the grains which we eat, and cereal the number of some things, that he is a serial killers. I love the series or serial of something, right? Of movies. So here we can see the difference between cereal and serial. Nice, sight and sight. Sight is to refer something that we refer to other person, right? In this, he was cited for bravery. And other we example we can take, like Bhagat Singh is cited for his bravery, right? The another side, site, which is a location, which is a location of any place, right? That is called site. A site has been chosen for the new school. So here we have all the things, right? Course and course, like these also sound similar, but they have different meanings, right? Course and course, that doing something in your education, that called course, and in the other side, that is course of sand of hot, was hot, right? In this picture, right and right, right means to take a direction, and right other side, which means to write something on a paper on a something. So here is the example of write, for the directions, keep on the right side of the road, and the other side, she had to write a report on the project. Flour and flour, flour which means that is the we can say the use of grains. Okay, shift the flour and salt into the ball. So next, what a beautiful flowers we use for the flowers. Next, father and father. Father, which means to go ahead, and father, it's our father, like our papa, right? So here is the further, we decide not to go any further, which means he decide that he will no go any more far, right? More steps ago. Father, I love my father. We all love our father, right? Okay. Uh, uh, 4 and 4. There's a letter for you. I choose number 4. Here's a desert, and the other side 4. For something, for someone, right? And the next, this is father and father, 4 and 4. Next, meet and meet, meet for the eat, and the next meet is to meet someone, to catch up with someone, right? So here's the example. Maybe we will meet again sometime. So meat, I gave up eating meat a few minutes ago. Pear and pear. Pear, the combination of two bodies or two something called pear, and the another side pear is a fruit. So this is the end of the chapter. We will learn the homophones, the two different words, the two different spellings of words, but they quite similar in their pronunciation, in their sounds. So thank you, students.